Hello, everyone. This is Kerwin, and welcome to another episode of Travel Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about how to spend more in travel so you can save money. Counterintuitive? Let's go. So, everyone wants to save money on travel, right? Or just want to save money in general. But you still want to get the finer things of travel, even though you're saving money. And one of the ways to do this is to be loyal to the brand. Uh, Now, yes, initially you're going to spend a little more than normal. When we talked about the basic economy fares, I showed you that the difference between the two fares of getting nothing to getting something was between $30 to $50, depending on which airline you choose. Now, the way for you to get to pay less is, so if you pay the $30 every now and again for a fare, you're going to get more miles for what you're buying, and eventually you're going to get elite status. Now, when you get elite status, you start getting the perks that you would normally pay for, and that's what makes a difference. Now, you're probably saying, well, but I'm going to be here paying the money that I paid to get the perk is kind of washed out by the time I get the perk and don't have to pay for it. Not necessarily. Upgrades. We'll do upgrades. If you get an upgrade on an airline, so you're going from economy class to first class, domestic, because for business class, international, you normally need points and stuff, but we'll talk about that. So let's say you're going from economy class to first class. You might have paid $119 for your fare to LA, or $109, right? Let's say. But the business class ticket is worth like $400 or $500. Right there, you got $300 or so already that you've made just because you weren't always buying the cheap fares. Now, people always say, well, you don't get upgraded a lot. Not true. The last time I flew, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments, and I got upgraded 4 out of those 5 segments. So actually it was 6 segments, and I got upgraded 5 out of those 6 segments. So upgrades do happen. People compare a lot because the segment I didn't get upgraded on was Boston to Dallas, and that segment has a lot of people on it. A lot of people who were ahead of me. I think I was number 23 for an upgrade or something like that. And so whenever that happens, it's usually between the hubs. And if you're further down the list, then it's not going to happen. So I'm not saying it's not difficult to get upgraded, but I'm just giving you my own experience from being upgraded and telling you what to expect when you go between, say, a hub like Dallas. And although Boston is not really an American hub, but because of the arrangement they have with JetBlue, and Boston is a very popular city, that's why you'll have there's going to be a lot of elite members on that list. Now, you also save money from seat assignments, because if you're an elite member, you don't have to pay for seat assignments. So you could sit in the exit row and you don't have to pay to sit in the exit row. Depending on the status you have, you may you may be able to choose your seat 24 hours or 48 hours out, just depending on your status. I was gold with American, and it was really annoying waiting 48 hours before to get the nice seats. But I always end up getting a nice seat, and I travel quite a bit. And now that I'm platinum with American, it's great because I can pick the seat when I book it. It's awesome. So it is actually a good thing. And in terms of bags, depending on the status you have, you may be allowed your first bag is free, as opposed to not having to pay for it. Or if you have a credit card with the airline, normally your first bag is free. So there are a few perks that you can get that will allow you to fly cheaper in the long run rather than at the beginning. But like anything else, you have to get the base, right? So basically, you get to elite status, and once you get to elite status, it gets better. The other thing about elite status is you get lounge access depending on which airline you travel. So for example, if you become Star Alliance Gold and you're going, let's say I'm going to Frankfurt and I'm flying on, say, United to Frankfurt. And then when I get to Frankfurt, I'm going someplace else and I'm flying on Lufthansa. Because I'm Star Alliance Gold with, say, United, or because I'm, let me give it the right term, because I'm say platinum or gold with United, I become Star Alliance Gold. And what that does, it gives me access to the Star Alliance lounges worldwide. So when I go to Frankfurt, I can use the Lufthansa lounge because I'm Star Alliance Gold. Sadly, though, you can't use the United lounge when you're United Star Alliance Gold. It doesn't work that way. Apparently, the airline that you earn the status on, you can't use the lounge with that status. It's very weird. But you get lounge access, and you get the lounge access because you've got the Star Alliance Gold status. So same thing with American. American is they have Sapphire and Ruby. And once you get to those levels, then you can use the lounges. Again, if you earn them with American, you can use it with British Airways or Qatar or somebody else, but just can't use it with American. And so this is kind of how you would spend a little more, and then eventually you'll get rewarded. I hope this makes sense. If you get any more questions, please let me know. This is Curran with Travel Talk. Have a great flight.